Theodosia and the Serpents of Chaos by R.L. LaFevers. And this is Chapter 9, Henry's Homecoming. Charing Cross Station was even more of a madhouse than the day before, if that were possible. Families dressed in traveling clothes and lugging valises were shepherding excited children into the station, while porters, wheeling carts of towering luggage, did their best to avoid them. Trains pulled up to the platforms and belched out groups of schoolchildren home for the holidays like puffs of gray smoke. As I searched the most recent batch for signs of Henry, I felt a slight tug on the back of my coat. I whirled around and found myself face to face with the urchin's Sticky Will. "Hello there." He looked a little grimier than he had yesterday, and his collar had sprung loose. "Hello," I said. "I was hoping I'd find you." "Seems to me I'm the one what did the finding." I waved my hand. "Never mind. What did you find out?" "Blimey, miss," the urchin said, staring at my arm. "Was you in a fight?" "No, I wasn't in a fight," I said. "My cat and I had a misunderstanding, that's all." The pickpocket eyed me up and down. "Must be some cat. Has he got lion blood in him?" "At the moment, she seems to," I muttered. "Now, what did you find out?" "The bloke made his way to some digs on Carlton Terrace Gardens." Carlton Terrace? Isn't that right next to the German embassy? Did that mean this skulky fellow was a German? And why would a German be following Mum, or care so much about her trunks? The urchin shrugged. "I just follows 'em, miss. I don't tell 'em where to go." His eyes darted over my shoulder, and then back at me. "We're even now, right, miss?" "Yes, I suppose." "Gotta go," he said, turning to dart back into the crowd. "Wait a minute," I said. "How can I find you?" The urchin grinned, revealing a missing tooth. "I'm usually here, most days." He glanced over my shoulder one more time, then was gone, disappearing into the crowd. I was surprised at how alone I felt all of a sudden. A person could get used to having an ally. Just then I heard an all too familiar voice behind me. "Does father know about this?" Slowly I turned around. "Henry, you're home." I tried to keep the disappointment out of my voice. Well, I tried a little. Why couldn't he be helpful like Sticky Will? "Are you so desperate for friends that you're picking up strays?" My face grew hot and I clenched my fists to keep from socking him. "I have plenty of friends," I spluttered. "Really? Who? A scrawny cat? Flimp? A boring curator you make cow eyes at?" "I do not make cow eyes at him." "Street urchins?" "Oh, shut up. I do too have friends. I did. Really. Sticky Will was my ally, wasn't he? Or was he just a pickpocket hoping for another pasty?" "Oh, who needs friends anyway? Where are mother and father?" "Getting my luggage. They told me to run on ahead and see if I could find you." Behind him I saw my parents making their way through the crowd, along with a porter juggling Henry's luggage. "How many days' break do you get this winter?" I asked. 3 weeks, Henry said. "And if you're snotty to me, I'll make sure they put you on a train to school when they send me back." The cad. After we picked up Henry from the train station, we went directly home to our house on Chesterfield Street. It was wonderful to be home. Thick curtains and even thicker carpets kept all the drafts away, and there was a fire burning in every room in the house. Cook, relieved to have something to do, made a fabulous dinner of steak and kidney pie, and even Henry wasn't too much of a bore. Then, after dinner, who should show up but Uncle Andrew, Mum's brother and my favorite uncle in all the world. Of course, the townhouse was much too cramped for all of us, so Mum and Dad made a last-minute decision to go to the country. We all packed like madmen, bundled up, and piled into a carriage that carried us off to our home in Surrey. I have to say, I think it was the best Christmas ever, except for the rain. The only awkward bit was when Mother and Father opened their presents from me. They tried to be polite, but I saw the puzzled looks they exchanged when they thought I wasn't looking. I'd made them each an amulet of protection, to be worn when we're at the museum. Honestly, you'd think they'd have sorted this stuff out by now. Uncle Andrew showed me how to throw knives that afternoon. We didn't tell Mum. She got angry enough last year when he showed me how to shoot clay pigeons with a shotgun. I landed flat on my backside in the muddy slush with a bruise the size of a pudding on my right shoulder. But I blew that clay pigeon to smithereens. I don't know why Mum got so upset. According to Uncle Andrew, she's a crack shot herself. But she says I'm too young. What I'd like to know is, how old does a person have to be before they get to do all the fun stuff?